Hey everyone, how about here, bringing a video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we're going to be discussing what's coming next on Global. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So currently right now on the global timeline, of course, we're celebrating the 9-year anniversary, and we just ended up getting the LR Dokkan Battle exclusive Beast Gohan and the LR Carnival Gammas. So in a couple of days from when I'm recording this video here, we are basically finishing up part 2 and getting the EZA to the MUI Goku and the Evolution Vegeta. So these two units are so incredibly good. I think I might do a full breakdown or redo the full breakdown of these units here and how important these two units are for various teams. And that's going to be dropping 7:30, 7:31 depending on your time zone. And this again, it should be finishing up part 2 and possibly the rest of the anniversary, right? So we'll discuss that in just one second. And because it was announced in the part 2 information. So if you guys don't know, also the anniversary ends on 8/12, and this is very important here because basically part 2 again ends on 7:30, right? And the anniversary ends on 8/12. That's quite a bit of time in between without anything happening. Now on JP, if you guys remember, we ended up getting the EZA to the Super Vegito and Buhan from the Majin Buu saga. Those two units were surprisingly EZA'd, and that was in a sense the part EX or part 3 for the anniversary. But of course, Global already has these two units EZA'd, so the big question is what's coming next. Now, interestingly enough, I made a timeline video of this already and said, well, really, there's really only 3 choices, possibly a 4th. You got LR Cell Max, you have the Gatopo, and then you have the Tanabata celebration with the Dokkan Festival exclusive UI Goku. And then also added Super Extreme, but funny enough, I thought we were going to also get Super Extreme at the same time with the Tanabata celebration, but it seems like, because that's ending pretty soon here, the Tanabata celebration did not have a Super EZA because a lot of people were thinking the AGL Blue Goku was going to Super EZA, but it doesn't seem like that is going to be the case. We're running out of time, and the that celebration basically is over in a couple of days, leading into their next Dokkan Festival exclusive, right? But again, I might be wrong. They could announce that tonight that the Super EZA is going to happen, and they're going to delay a little bit longer when it comes to the next Dokkan Fest. So the options basically are, in my opinion, the Gatopo and the Cell Max, because I don't think we're going to get the Dokkan Festival exclusive Tanabata UI Goku because that celebration is just a mega celebration. It's a level up for events and difficulty, things of that nature, and we just got the new boost in the 9-year anniversary, so I don't think that's going to happen. So interestingly enough, what happened was in the Twitter realm, a lot of people were posting that on the Google Play Store, they end up kind of leaking what the next Dokkan Festival exclusive was going to be. Not really a leak, because this is pretty much the only option that Global has, that we are going to be getting Gatopo as the next Dokkan Festival exclusive. But the time frame was really interesting to me, right? So again, being basically the only one that we need to catch up for Global at this point in time, again, we'll need one more after JP gets their next one in the end of July, beginning of August. So Gatopo here, it says on here the event ends on 8/24, 8/25, depending on your time zone, which that would then lead into the Worldwide Celebration, because the end of August is always the Worldwide Celebration. And in this case, it'll probably start, well, the banners will probably come out a day after, like it normally does, maybe on the anniversary. So let's say the Worldwide Celebration starts on 8/25 and the banners come out 8/26, because I think last year 8/26 was when the banners ended up dropping. But anyway, Gatopo is in a sense confirmed as the next Dokkan Festival exclusive. The question is when. When is going to be the interesting thing. Is it going to be the entire month of August? Because then this banner will then just be up for, for the longest time, or will it be introduced at the end of the 9-year anniversary, which would be 8/12? Now, if they did this, right, if they did this, there's a big gap in between 7/30, when basically part 2 ends, and then the end of the anniversary on 8/12, which then would introduce God Topo, which then gives them, about 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks for that banner to be live. I'm thinking it's going to be a Super Dokkan banner, not just a traditional Dokkan Fest banner. And then there's a few other things involved in that celebration, because that celebration pretty much has ran dry. A lot of units already has happened during that celebration. The EZA to Go Tanks, right? The Ink Go Tanks, the Part 2 LR of Ginyu Force, that's already been provided for global. And also the Super EZA for the Super Saiyan 3 Go Tank. All those are done. It's just pretty much the banner and some sub EZAs, and that's pretty much about it. So that 8/12 to 8/24, 8/25, that's plenty of time to basically take care of all that and basically just have one banner. The big question is what's happening from 7/30 to 8/12, because that's pretty much 2 weeks there, enough for another banner to pop out. For me, what I'm hoping is we're going to get the LR banner, right? We're going to get the LR Cell Max. I think it makes a lot of sense, being that, the celebration is revolving around superhero. This is the major boss in superhero. And then, of course, that just leads into God Topo. Now, this also then makes sense as well if they don't do anything. So there's nothing in between. Basically, it's celebrating superhero, then moving on into MUI Goku and Evolution Vegeta, which would be Universal Survival Saga. But then, of course, God Topo is kind of part of that, especially when he fought Evolution Vegeta. So that makes a lot of sense to just kind of lead into that. But having 2 weeks of nothing, we'll have content to complete things of that nature, but no new banner, no new character, no new EZA. I think that's going to be a mistake on Global's end, because Global still needs to catch up. The Warrior Celebrations, when the sync is going to happen, and there's going to be still some units that Global is going to catch up on throughout the remaining of the year before the anniversary is going to happen in late January, early February, right? So that's going to be the key thing. So having nothing into 8/12 just doesn't make any sense to me. So what I am thinking, or I'm believing here, I'm hoping, I'm just in mindset wise, is they're going to introduce Cell Max as the 8/1, right? The 8/1 portion of the celebration here, and then into God Topo on 8/12. Another way of thinking about this, right? Another way of thinking about this, as another option here, is they mentioned that the only thing this mentions here is God Topo is the next Dokkan Fest exclusive. It's pretty early that they ended up popping this out. So another option, right? Another option could be this. I gotta change the, hold on one second. I gotta change the graphic. Okay, the other option could be basically this, right? So swap them around. Maybe LR Cell Max, the Part 2 LR is too long, because maybe they don't want to just only keep it for like 12 days, 13 days, something around there, and then introduce the God Topo. What they could do is actually introduce God Topo a lot earlier, basically in the Part 3. So when the EZAs to MUI Goku and Evolution Vegeta happens, God Topo is a Super Dokkan, right? So not a traditional Dokkan Fest, but Super Dokkan. That's going to be happening on 8/1, possibly a little bit earlier, maybe 7/31, maybe somewhere around there. And then that leads into a Part 2 Yellow Coin LR and LR Cell Max. And that's going to be basically its own standalone thing on 8/12. Now, the reason why, again, that doesn't make any sense to me, because it will be the end of the celebration, right? So being that it's the end of the celebration, usually we would have a Dokkan Festival exclusive or some sort of new quote-unquote celebration after that. So that's why I still think this is a major possibility. So either way, that's what I would want, right, to happen. However, it could just possibly be this, and we don't know when we were going to get our Cell Max. So that's pretty much what we're seeing right now and what we should expect. And, you know, expect the unexpected when it comes to, you know, Global Dokkan. But I think this is pretty much all laid out for us. And I guess my final prediction will be from here, right? Oh, where's all these things here? So from here on 7/30, 7/31, the anniversary ends on 8/12. I think we're gonna get 8/1. We're gonna get a special LR banner for Cell Max, and then 8/12 when the anniversary ends, we're gonna get the God Topo as a special banner, Super Dokkan banner, and then lead into the worldwide download celebration. So again, that's my prediction. I'll say, you know, this could be an option as well, but that's going to be my prediction here. What I don't want is this. Okay. So with that, hopefully you guys enjoy this video here. Hopefully this clears things up and gives you kind of a mindset of what should happen or what's going to happen before the sync's going to happen in the worldwide celebration. But with that, if you are new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning, and we'll catch you next time. Later.